Jack Posobiec back live, Human Events Daily. We're here in the Charlie Kirk Studio, Phoenix, Arizona. We got Cliff Maloney on, who was there at the event yesterday, and we have a well-constructed guest, though he's in perhaps need of a little reconstruction right now, joining us. You guys know him as Brick Suit. What's
Trying
up,
to be
Brick?
a little incognito today.
Little incognito. But you were in full uniform yesterday to honor Charlie, and I appreciate it. Charlie loved you, man. Charlie loved you. He said every time you were coming to an event, if it was Turning Point, they were like, right up front, bring him up, set him up, get him a pass, get him up there. He loved it. He really loved you, man.
Yeah, and you know, when I was at the vigil on Monday, I was in street clothes too, and I saw Tyler there, and Tyler said, "You got to wear the bricks on Sunday," and it was it was the upbeat event I was looking for, and so that's why I was in them.
Jack, question for you. Walk us through what it was like coming up on stage. I mean, listen, I've spoke to big crowds. Never a crowd like that. I mean, I'm assuming that was the largest crowd you've ever spoke to. And what was that like emotionally?
You know, what was it like emotionally? It was interesting because, you know, that's what Charlie was always doing with me before, right? He was putting me in front of bigger and bigger crowds. He would be building the crowds. And then he shared his platform. He's like, Cliff Maloney, get up there. Jack Posobiec, get up there. Alex Clark, whoever it is, Riley Gaines, get up there. And even Erica from time to time. And he was training us through those reps. It's like when you go to the gym, you do reps. And so it wasn't the crowd that I was worried about, or the cameras, or any of that. I just wanted to do it right for Charlie. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to do the job right and give Charlie the honor that he deserved in passing, because of the way that he lived, because he was our commanding officer, because he was my commanding officer, and also the understanding that this wasn't an accident. This was done to him by specific people and a specific series of events. And it's that group that's standing between us and actually being able to unite as a country. And that's what I talked about. I said, they are splitting Western civilization. And I wanted that all to get across, and that line, I guess, where, you know, if you take Charlie down, who's going to replace him? Every single one of us. Mm-hmm. Every single one of us is going to get up on that line now, because Charlie was able to give us that last extra bit of courage to say, all right, now I'm going to step up. And so I knew that Charlie was with us, and that it didn't matter what I thought, because I could hear Charlie's voice in my ear saying, Jack, get out there. Mm-hmm. And that's it. You got to do it.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, I thought your speech was great. I think that was probably the message I took away the most, you know, as you saying that, well, you know, all of us are going to replace him. And I think everybody's got a piece that they got to bring to the puzzle here that puts it together. And I think Erica at the helm is just fantastic.
No, I mean, Erica is, well, actually, Brick, because you've known Erica for, you know, from the events for a while now.
Yes.
What do you think? I mean, I think Erica is perfect for this. What are your thoughts on Erica Kirk taking the reins?
Look, I'm all for it. She has the resolve. She's got the strength. She's got the experience of doing the events and doing the shows here. But I think, you know, we're just going to have to wait until she self-defines how much she wants to do. Because now she's going to be parenting her children.
I mean,
as
it's
well.
impossible.
And it's so. Can we expect the same type of media cadence out of her, event cadence out of her, as we could with Charlie? Probably not. That may not be realistic.
We'll see.
Right. I'd say it may not.
But
so
what's so remarkable about this is you watch someone and you think about it. Right. There's the burden of running a massive organization like that, with all the chapters and the high school chapters and donors and all the rest. Cliff, you know how that goes.
A lot of time on the road.
And just time on the road that it takes. Plus, having two young kids beyond the immediate, but just the needs of two little children.
The blueberries on the sidewalk today when I saw them, man, that crushed me.
Yeah. And the grief, right? Her own personal struggle that she has to go through of losing her husband. And then having to somehow try to explain that to children. I mean, I told my kids, I said, my 7-year-old, you know, he gets it a little more, and I was able to say, look, you know, I was able to explain the facts of it to him. And I said, Uncle Charlie closed his eyes, and when he opened them, he was in heaven. And I could see my 7-year-old Jack, and he just had this, you know, this little smile, but like a little tear in his eye. With the 4-year-old, you know, it's tougher when they're that little, and they just don't understand things. And I said, look, the way I said it to him was, God's got a big fight coming up. God's going into war on the spiritual side, and he needs his biggest warriors in his army right now. And that's why he needed Uncle Charlie up there and Hulk Hogan. And
oh man,
and it's okay. So he's in God's army now, and for a 4-year-old, for a boy at least, right? That's something that he can wrap his mind around. Mm-hmm. But they don't understand scale. They don't understand, you know, time or any of this. And I love the fact that they got to meet him, that they got to know him a little bit, and that we have these videos now. And well, you actually, let's bring this up because you have a great idea, which I don't want to get ahead of anything, but may already be in the works regarding an app that we could use for this gigantic body of work that's out there of Charlie.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, there's so many, not just his debates on college, but you know, anything from his speeches. There's so many things he's put out there, and if you want to find out, like, what did Charlie Kirk think about this, or what did Charlie Kirk think about that, and you go to a search engine, you're going to be getting all sorts of uncurated results.
Oh, Google destroying.
Right, exactly.
You get all the attack pieces.
So, I mean, what I sent to you was a suggestion that it would be wonderful if there was a Turning Point landing page that you could go to and say, you know, what did Charlie Kirk say on this topic? A drop-down list. You select it, and then it gives you any clips in which that's related. So you could go and see, like, you know, and where it was at. This is at this debate, on this speech. And some of those segments may have one or two subjects, and so they might get cross-indexed and be in two different things, and that's fine.
Wait, Cliff, do you remember On the Issues?
Yes.
Remember
yes.
On the Issues? This used to be something they used to do for candidates, and it was like the worst formatted website in the world, but it had this is like 90s technology where it would just go through each candidate on the issues, and you know, you could pull different quotes, but it would be well resourced and footnoted, and you'd have the whatever it was. But you're saying with Charlie, because of the technology that we have now, you know, we don't need to just go to, you know, written quotes. We can have that too, but you could actually pull up the video. Right. And so, you know, what did Charlie think about? And you could do the spiritual, you could do the political, you could do the personal, and even his last interview was about business, really,
right?
You know, and entrepreneurship. So, I mean, you've got all this out. I mean, Cliff, what do you think? Is that something that would work?
I think it'd be great. Look, the one thing I always say is, obviously there's no silver lining in this, but if you had to pick one, it's how many new people are now actually looking into Charlie Kirk. Not what the media says about him, not the garbage on Wikipedia, but they are actually looking at what he said. They're looking at videos of him giving speeches, his interactions, the way he answers questions, all the prove me wrongs. New people, and I mean to the tunes of millions, are coming to the message of freedom and liberty through this horrific tragedy. Yeah. And so I think, the more that we can do to memorialize some of Charlie's positions and all of the kind of assets or the production teams, you know, things that they've put out, I think it's better, because I think you're going to continuously have people that want to know who is Charlie Kirk.
Cliff Maloney, Bricksuit, I want to thank you for being here today, and I want to echo your words. We can build good from this, but we can't forget that this was an act of pure, unmitigated evil. And for that evil, justice must be done. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, you have my permission to lay ashore.